After prepping the skin, we'll do the brows first. For the Filipino glam look, we'd want the brows to be strong, well-defined, and dark. The brow shape may differ, but the most important part is keeping them tidy and sharp. So, first we'll use a spoon to brush them. Then, using a pencil, we'll create the shape that we want for our brows. Most Filipinos go for dark brown looks to match the natural hair color, which is mostly black or dark brown. Then we'll brush through the brows again so the hair would stay in place. Many Filipino makeup artists use full coverage foundations for glam looks. It is important to create that perfect, flawless canvas that would last not only through events and photo shoots, but also through the heat and humidity in our country. Here I'm using a 2-in-1 foundation and concealer, so I would not be applying concealer anymore. But for others, they may need that extra coverage from a separate concealer. Either way, we want our face to be flawless and our blemishes to be covered. Don't forget to blend down the neck, especially if you're wearing a dress or a shirt and your neck will be exposed. After setting the face, we move on to contouring and bronzing. Filipinos prefer having chiseled and sculpted cheekbones and a tall nose. So we use a matte contouring powder to achieve those shadows on the face. Just make sure that the lines are not too intense because otherwise it would look fake. So just blend with your powder brush afterwards. Filipinos also use bronzer, but since we already contoured, we'll focus this warm-toned bronzer on the cheeks. Apply this on a larger area on the cheeks, but drag the color outwards and up to the ears. Since most Filipinos have warm, light, medium, or medium skin tones, medium-toned blushes also complement our skin tones better. Filipinos also love pink blushes, so here I'm using a peachy pink blush with some shimmer to liven up those cheeks. Filipinos love incorporating bold and colorful eyeshadows in their glam looks, but for this look I kept it safe by doing just a simple gold and brown eye look. So we'll start with a warm brown transition shade. Then we'll darken the outer corners with a dark chocolate brown shade. You can go for an even darker shade if you want to go for a more smoky look. But like I said, I'd like to keep it safe for this look. Then we'll use the golden shades on your eyelids. I'll first apply a shimmery yellow gold shade on the inner and center lid. Then we'll put a glittery shade on the center part of the lid. Here I'm using a glittery rose gold eyeshadow. And don't forget to lower eyelids. For both Filipino and Korean glam looks, I'll be doing the same winged eyeliner look with a brown pencil eyeliner. Feel free to use a liquid or gel eyeliner depending on your preferences. You can also use a black eyeliner for a more intense look. I'll also be wearing false eyelashes for both looks, but for the Filipino look, I'll wear a full lash. Then I'll apply mascara on the lower lashes. Then to blend my natural lashes to the false eyelashes, I'll also apply mascara on the upper lashes. We'll be using a golden highlighter for the Filipino glam look to match our golden eye look. Apply it on the tops of the cheekbones, bridge of the nose, cupid's bow, chin, and center of the forehead. Also apply some on the inner corners of the eyelids and on the brow bone area. To complete this Filipino glam look, we'll apply bold red lipstick. Filipinos love red lipsticks, and it's almost required to wear one to special occasions and events. Of course, that still depends on your own tastes and preferences. I personally do not like the bold and overlined look on myself, so instead I'm smudging the lip line with a Q-tip and then reapplying the red shade on the inner part of the lips to achieve a more gradient red lip look. And that completes the Filipino glam look. After spraying some facial mist, we'll do the brows for the Korean glam look. In this look, we'd want the brows to be softer and slightly lighter than our natural hair color. This is because Korean looks generally focus on making the face look more youthful. So I'll use an eyebrow pencil, but I'm using one that is not as dark and intense as the one I used for the Filipino look. Then to make the brow color slightly lighter, I'll be using a brown eyebrow mascara. Korean brands set the trend of BB creams and cushion products. For Koreans, it is important to have a healthy and youthful looking skin that may not necessarily be long-lasting, but more emphasis is put on moisturizing and hydrating the skin inside and out. Here I'm using a cushion foundation that has a matte finish. You would notice that despite the matte finish, this product still gives the skin a subtle glow, still following the whole Korean dewy skin trend. I will also not be applying concealer anymore because this cushion foundation already provided enough coverage. I just built up the coverage on all the areas of the face that need it. And of course, I blend down the neck as well. Then, after setting the face, we move on to contouring. Now Koreans prefer creating softer shadows on the face instead of actually sculpting the cheekbones, jawline, and nose bridge. So we just use a neutral tone bronzer to achieve those natural looking shadows on the face. So we could say that the Korean way is easier and more beginner friendly. Since most Koreans have fair and light skin tones, they can get away with using really light colored blushes. Here I'm using a matte light mauve blush to color the cheeks. This shade also goes well with the eye makeup we'll be doing. Onto the eyes, we'll start by applying a mauve shade as our transition shade. Here the eye look we'll be doing is a burgundy glam look. Next, we'll work on the outer corners using a dark pink, almost burgundy shade. I don't have a burgundy eyeshadow in my collection, but don't worry, you can still make this work. Next, to darken up those outer corners and the crease, I'll apply a dark brown shade on a smaller area than the pink shade. Adding this dark brown shade deepened the tone of the pink eyeshadow, and now this color looks closer to burgundy. Then we just go back to the two previous shades we used and blend so the colors blend nicely together. So like I mentioned, I'll be doing the same eyeliner look for both the Filipino and Korean looks. However, for the Korean look, I'll first smudge the dark brown shade slightly above the lash line before putting on the brown eyeliner. This will make the eye look just slightly smoky. Then we'll put a glittery shade on the inner half of the lower lids and on the inner corners. Then we'll apply a shimmery champagne shade on the eyelids, but you can totally skip this step. I'll also be wearing false eyelashes for the Korean glam look, but I'm only applying a half lash on each of the eyes. Then we'll apply mascara on the upper lashes to blend the natural and false eyelashes together. Then for the lower lashes, we'll be using a skinny mascara to separate and lengthen those lashes. We'll be using a champagne highlighter for the Korean glam look. I really like this highlighter because it adds such a beautiful glow on the face without being glittery at all. Last step is lips. We'll first apply a dark pink, almost berry shade on the inner center part of the lips. Then we apply a nude pink shade on the outer part of the lips and along the lip line. Then we reapply the berry shade on the inner part of the lips. And to express the burgundy look on the lips as well, we'll be using the same dark brown eyeshadow to darken the berry shade on the inner part of the lips. Here I'm using a flat eyeshadow brush to apply the dark brown shade. And that completes the Korean glam look.